Alright, this video is going to be about the HOPI Prophecy thing, the Four Corners region. I'm just kind of scanning Google for some pages that may come up about it. And I see Smithsonian Magazine, smithsonianmag.com. History, riddles of the Anasazi have to do with the Four Corner region. As late as 1700, for instance, several Hopi villages attacked the Hopi Pueblo. In the New York Times from 1984, the early settlers here were agrarian Indians versed in the hard travel the Four Corners region surrounding the spot where the state line of Utah. Masu's message, cultural survival. This one's short. I'll start with this other one. Thomas Benaseka talks about the HOPI Prophecy. This is from a site called welcomehome.org. Welcome, my son, to machine. The circle with the 4 O's, which I'll give you a little screenshot. Top left. Interesting that there's an eagle-looking thing up there. The circle with the 4 O's and cross within above symbolizes the Four Corners region where Utah, Colorado, Arizona, and New Mexico meet. A very high energy vortex. Again, I've been all around mostly New Mexico, a little bit of Colorado, whatever. There's definitely energy out there. And whenever I come back to Florida, I'm just like, God, I want to go back to that. Everything about it just makes you feel great. You come back a different person even. Anyways. The circle represents no end, the infinite great spirit. The Indians believe we are in the 5th world of man. When the 4th world was destroyed, this destruction was foretold. Those Indians who had listened were guided to places of safety underground. After the 5th world was created, they assembled at 4 corners and were instructed to spread out in the 4 directions, north, south, east, west. 4 also represents the 4 elements in nature: fire, water, air, and earth, and the 4 color races of man. In the Hopi Prophecy, it spoke of a white man who would come to them. Hold on. You know what I'm going to say. Joe, don't say it. No, Joe, don't say that. I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it. Say it loud. Could me and my buddies be the white man? Foretold in the prophecy of the 5th root race? I doubt it, but that would be cool if it could be us. Let's see what it says. You know, a boy can dream, can he? In the Hopi Prophecy, it spoke of a white man. So Dave and JC, listen, I love y'all, but it's not plural. It's one. And I'm taking that because this is my damn Realist News show. I'm that dude. Thank you. Okay? Just for all intents and purposes of this story. In the Hopi Prophecy, it spoke of a white man, bald, with the initials RN, Realist News. What the? No, just kidding. I'm just kidding. Let's start over. In the Hopi Prophecy, it spoke of a white man who would come to them and help transform the entire continent into a spiritual paradise. Now, there's no way it's me. Is it baby Ian? Ian, did you know that one day you would transform the entire continent into a spiritual paradise? Like I said, if I find something out there, it's supposed to be substantial. Many of these hidden loot things out there. And I said, I will help the Indians out. I will make them, kind of like make America great again. I'm going to make the Indians what they used to be, great, warriors, whatever you want to call it, spiritual people again. And they need money, they need help, they need to be brought back on their feet. Could be the start of this. Do I really think that's me? Honestly, no. No, I do not. But as I read this, it resonates hardcore with me. Like, oh, that's what I want to do. Like, it's sucking me in. So, I got to speak about it. So anyways, this white man would come and help them transform the entire continent into a spiritual paradise. He would be recognized because he would carry the fragment of stone which would complete their holy stone, filled with Indian writing characters. Now, all I'm going to say right now, because we think there's other things in these mountains, ancient history, lost history, whatever you want to call it, artifacts and things, not just Spanish treasure. God help everybody. Should we enter this mountain somehow finally, figure out a way in, get in, and I find an old, stone tablet with Indian writing on it. Oh, hey guys, my name's Jason 4. Can I speak to the chief? Sorry, we don't let the gringo white guy, in here. This is sacred land. Yeah, it's kind of important. I mean, unless you guys don't want the sacred stone of Tutankhamun, that's okay. I'll go another tribe. I'll go another pueblo. No, wait. No, you remember the movie Never Ending Story? You are Atreyu? Ha! You're but a child. Well, I guess I'll go back to hunting the purple buffalo. Oh, wait. That would be epic. Filled with Indian writing characters, the Holy Stone had been preserved for thousands of years. Thus, when the white settlers came to the American continent, remembering their prophecy, they were openly welcomed. Ha! Tricked ya! The Indians shared all they had, but in return, all the white man did was take. The Indians noticed that their white brothers had brought a cross. However, it was not enclosed by the circle of the Great Spirit, showing that the white man had lost his way. The Indians believed that at the beginning of the Fifth World, when man was told to disperse throughout the planet from the four corners, the white race was one of the original races that went east. Upon their return to our continent, they had become confused and forgotten the ways of the Great Spirit. Further, the prophecy continued, either the white man would bring peace and harmony, or attempt to totally destroy the Indian's way of life and take all his possessions and the land. I think we know how that went. If the latter occurred, which it did, there would come a time when the Indian people would appear to be almost non-existent. Well, there are very few of them these days, aren't they? Yet one day they would rise out of nowhere as the white race is falling due to their own ignorance and destruction to lead a spiritual revolution. So all people on this continent would become attuned to the Great Spirit, to hold fast to the traditional ways, even if it seemed that everything was against them, to protect four corners at all cost, because there is great power under the land that if it is allowed to escape, great destruction would result. Today, the Indians are going through the test to hold onto their traditional ways and protect the land. The white man's society is trying to swallow the Indians up. Many of their people, especially the young, are falling prey to the white man's ways. This is actually true. I've talked to some of the Indians out there, and we went to one of the pueblos up near Taos. Matter of fact, that may have been the Taos Pueblo. And, kids with electronics and, Indian kids. Their prophecy also talks about creation of atomic bombs as catastrophes of great heat equal to that of the sun. It also warns about tampering with the moon, violating its nature by removing rocks, soil from the moon, related to the big mountain issue. It is their duty and responsibility to their family, animals, and all of nature to keep this land protected and in harmony. Everything in nature has power in it. Water represents purification of human beings. All spiritual people should unite on a spiritual path. To save this land is a mission assigned by the Great Spirit. One of the prophecies, all Indians and non-Indians would one day begin to understand a great problem facing all people. Someday, a white brother who went away to record things will return to this land and bring spiritual life to the continent. When white brother returns, HOPI must keep their spiritual ways so they can show others how to live the right way. Very important job. Elders know ancient knowledge, which also will be shared at the right time with all. Based on prophecy, Indians welcomed the white man. White man destroyed privilege. Indians gave hospitality and whites took everything. Indians do not lie. Whites tricked Indians with lies. By prophecy, four corners will be area of confrontation between white and red, meaning Indians. Indian will be pushed into four corners, which they have been. They're already there. That's their new land now. Great Spirit told Hopi, four corners is the backbone of United States. Hopi must hold land till human beings live in harmony. The power under the land would be used for destruction. There would be a terrible punishment if give up four corners. Hopi elders also know about the prophecies of earth changes and space brothers. Side note. Is there ancient technology in the mountains under the land? Is that what we're talking? And then we have this other thing here. Masau's message. Cultural Survivor Quarterly Magazine, September 2011. I'm just going to read this because I felt like, I don't even know what it says yet, but I felt like I want to read this. And this is from that author Thomas Banyasia. The following is an excerpt from a speech delivered by Hopi spiritual leader Thomas Banyasia in front of the United Nations Habitat Forum in Vancouver, British Columbia in 1976. I think I remember this, seeing this online. The speech was delivered as part of a 3-day earth healing ceremony during which the Hopi shared their spiritual prophecy with the forum. Prior to this event, the Hopi people had been denied audiences with both the United Nations General Assembly in New York and the World Congress of Religions. And here it is. My name is Banyasia, I guess I'm going to call it Banyasia, of the Wolf, Fox, and Coyote clan, and a member of the Hopi Independent Nation. I have been appointed as an interpreter for and by the hereditary Kikmangwis clan leaders and the religious headmen of the Hopi people. I am here to fulfill my clan duty by presenting to the United Nations and the world the message of the hereditary Kikmangwas, Hopi religious headmen, and other native traditional elders. The time has come to join in meaningful action. Destruction of all land and life is taking place and accelerating at a rapid pace. Our native land is continuing to be torn apart and raped of its sacredness by the corporate powers of this nation. We do have an alternative to this. Mankind has a chance to change the direction of this movement, do a roundabout turn, and move into the direction of peace, harmony, and respect for land and life. The time is right now. Later will be too late. In order to do this, the native peoples must return to the spiritual path as one to cure and heal our Mother Earth. It is only through the heart, prayer, and ceremony that we can bring this turbulence of evil to a halt. Hopi and other native spiritual leaders are greatly concerned with the conditions of our Mother Earth. They have watched the white brothers systemically destroy the native peoples as they did natural resources. According to our beliefs and prophecies, if this destruction continues, man's existence on this world will soon be ended. We are not asking the United Nations for help in a material way. We are, according to HOPI Prophecy, simply trying to inform the world of what is going to happen if the destruction of the earth and its original peoples continues as is known by our religious Hopi elders. The Hopi and all native brothers have continually struggled in their existence to maintain harmony with the earth and with the universe. To the Hopi, land is sacred, and if the land is abused, the sacredness of Hopi life will disappear and all other life as well. Land is the foundation of Hopi and all life, and the foundation of the Hopi stand. Land was here long before any human being set foot upon this earth. Somewhere the human race began, and we came to this land after asking permission from the Great Spirit Masau. After obtaining his permission, we came and settled with him on this land. He showed us the continent. He gave us sacred stone tablets, religious instructions, warnings, and prophecies, and all land and life was placed in the care of Kikmangwis and religious headmen. He marked out the boundaries for each group on the continent, after which each group was given an individualized life plan with certain spiritual and religious beliefs, the way to worship, to live, the food to eat, the languages to speak, etc. He then gave his final instructions: live and never lose faith or turn away from your life pattern. The peoples of the world are turning away from their life plan. We Hopi have been faithful to the instructions of the Great Spirit up to this time. We have followed our life plan. We are still carrying on our sacred rites and ceremonies. We have not lost our faith in Masau. He has given us many prophecies. He told us the white brother would come and be a very intelligent man, bringing to us many things he would invent. One invention that our forefathers spoke of was a machine or object that would move on the land with animals pulling it, the wagon. Our forefathers also talked of a machine that would afterwards move with nothing pulling it. When we saw the automobile, we understood. Then they said that the land would be cut up and there would be many roads. Today we see pavement all over the land. Later there would be even be roads in the sky where people will travel. Now we see airplanes. It was said by Masau that if and when a gourd of ashes is dropped upon the earth, that many men will die, and that the end of the materialistic way of life is near at hand. We interpret this as the dropping of atomic bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. We do not want to see this happen again, here or any place on our Mother Earth. Instead, we should now turn all this energy for peaceful uses, not for war. Today, the sacred lands where the Hopi people live are being desecrated by men who seek coal and water from our soil, that they may create more power for the White Brothers' cities. It will destroy our Hopi and other people with smog, poison air, lack of water, and pollution of water and land. One example is sacred Hopi land in ruin all over the Four Corners area, where Arizona, New Mexico, Colorado, and Utah meet in the United States. This area Hopis call Tukunavi and is part of the heart of our Mother Earth and has been a shrine and sacred place for the Hopi and other pueblos for many thousands of years. This desecration of our spiritual center must not be allowed to continue, for if it does, Mother Nature will react in such a way that almost all men will suffer the end of life as they know it. All we ask is that this place is respected and protected by all nations who have sacred duty and responsibility. Every measure must be taken to preserve this spiritual center. Masau said not to take from the earth for destructive purposes, and not to destroy living things indiscriminately or without prayer. He further stated that man was to live in harmony and maintain a good, clean land for all children to come, and take care of land and life for the Great Spirit. The United States system has gone against these religious instructions and now almost destroyed all our land and our way of life. All Hopi people and other First Peoples are standing on this religious principle. Not only have the Hopi struggled to care for and maintain the earth and their existence, but all the First Peoples of the Americas have struggled to maintain themselves in the world today. The present oppressive governments in the Americas continue to make the existence of the First Peoples a continuous struggle for life. The United States and United Nations should understand that it cannot bring about peace and harmony or the good life in the world if it does not correct the wrongdoings going on within the American continent. The United Nations will never be able to reach its goals to bring about peace and harmony among all people, or make it in the future if it does not at least support the Hopi and the other First Peoples of this land in their struggle for worldwide recognition and respect. Man must learn to serve man and share freely from now on. We must bring back the level of life where land is free, water is free, there are no boundaries, and there is freedom of spiritual understanding. Yes. Yes, yes, and yes. So that was a speech from 1976. And here we are in 2020, and you can see we've been going full steam ahead. building, 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 expanding, expanding, yeah, destroy off, run the pipeline, run the pipeline. But the Native Americans, and again, remember that pipeline up north? They said this thing's going to bust, it's going to pollute the land. No, no, no. Guess what happened? It broke not too long ago and had a massive oil leak in the area that the Indians were protesting between America and Canada. And all they get to do is say, hey, we told you so. You spilled this crap all over and poisoned the ground around here. We told you so, but you said no, no, no. So, I don't know. I just have some kind of, for sure, respect, honor, and this deep want to help these Indian people. All of them. And any and all tribes. I don't know where it came from. I have no idea why I went through this feeling, and now I'm going treasure hunting, and I'm getting signs. Oh yeah, we know you're going. Go, we're gonna help you find it, from spirit, from whatever. Because my intentions are very pure. And like I've had conversation. You know, I'm gonna keep some. I will keep some, but I will use a lot to do the mission. Just I want to be fair. I don't want to trick spirit later on. Oh, I'm gonna keep some. I forgot to tell you that. No. I'm gonna keep some. I'm gonna need some. My buddies, we're gonna gotta take care of ourselves a little bit, but we'd like to have that ranch out in New Mexico, where we can have a big spiritual workshop and all kinds of stuff. I remember Fred the Indian telling my wife, "Oh, you're gonna do what I do. I do these healing sessions. You're gonna do what I do." My wife ain't going to be able to do that here in Florida. Ain't no way. But I think with our baby boy Ian being born and all that stuff, we're heading that way. And by the time he's even young, as in a few years old, we may be well on our way over there. And Evelyn's out there doing her thing. I'm out there, hey, cool. My buddies, we all come in. Everyone's got their own little place on the ranch. We've got cots and things or whatever. I mean, not cots, but little buildings for other people. Again, similar to like what E said he was doing out there, watching the mountain and all that, but there's not exactly UFO stuff to look at as far as I know in the area we're talking about, although we don't really know because we haven't really checked. Like night vision in the middle of the night, we're going to be doing some of that out there by those mountains. But I'd love to take that 90-degree turn in my life and just go for it. And I hope, like my mom says, whatever I do this year, some new thing is going to be wildly successful. Like it'll be surprising at the end of the year. Like, wow, it was way more successful than we thought. And I'm like, well, I think I know what this is. She goes, well, don't tell me. Let me finish the reading. All right. And I thought, well, I just had a conversation last night when this happened with the reading. My mom, I just had the conversation last night with the JC and Dave. We're going to put up a website. We're going to offer a spiritual retreat and adventure. See, when we went to East Eddie, there was no adventure. You come on the property, come and go as you please while you're there, whatever, a couple of workshops there. And then we decided, let's go hike up Mount Adams and do some stuff. That was kind of cool. What we're trying to do, a little bit of that stuff, but a little bit of adventurism too. You got to get out and see the places and feel the energy. It's just amazing. So I hope I can complete this mission. I hope we can find something out there. I hope I can help these Indians. I hope I can become friends. I may not be the white guy of their prophecy, but I'd like to just walk in one day. Oh, hey, well, if you guys don't want the sacred tablets, yeah, that's okay. I'll go to the other Pueblo. Just kidding. That would be cool if we found that in a mountain, stored away for God knows how long, waiting to be rediscovered. And Jay Snip and his two buddies, JC and Dave, we find it. Oh, we thought we were going in for Spanish treasure. We found this ancient, rock carving with Indian symbols on it. Could you imagine that? Like, could you imagine in whatever period of time, year, 2 years, months, I don't know, we discover something like this? And I'm thinking about this video I did where I was just kind of jokingly, and then we actually found it. Oh my God, prophecy fulfilled. Jay Snip is the guy that did it with his buddies. We were guided. Like, that would be awesome. So, having said that, cheers to the Hopi, and hopefully they, it's not been too bad lately for their land and everything. Take care.